when you come across a new word, or maybe a word you already know that you want to understand better, what's the right way to learn it? Well, I think you've probably heard me say, don't just look it up in your language, translate it, and then say, I know it. Okay, if you're in a hurry and you just need to know it in the moment, great. But if your goal is learning, then you can't do it that way. Because the goal of learning stuff is to use stuff, right? So you want to use everything that you learn. In order to use what you learn, when it comes to words, you can't just know the meaning. You can't just look up the definition. You have to also look up the usage, and you have to understand maybe the different senses that the word has. Maybe the word has different forms. And we're going to do an example. We're going to do an exploration of a word to see what are its senses, what are its forms, what is the usage, what are some of the idioms that this word may be used in, idioms and phrases. Once we've done that, and we really have explored the breadth of the word, then we can say, I know it. I believe you don't know it until you can use it. Okay, so let's pop over to my favorite dictionary, the Free Dictionary. Probably sick of me talking about it, but this is my favorite dictionary for several reasons. Number one, I think the interface is good. You can use the different features. Dictionary Thesaurus, medical and legal dictionary that has jargon, acronyms, idioms, right? So I think it's laid out well, but also very importantly because it has idioms, which is rare for a dictionary. Most dictionaries do not have idioms and phrases that you can learn. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Now, let's do this. We're going to explore. I'm going to zoom in a bit here. We're going to explore the word dress. D-R-E-S-S. You might think, oh, I know that. Well, okay, great. Stop watching now. But don't be so sure. Don't be so confident. All right. So what do we do when we want to? Can I make this go away? This is disturbing to me. Go away. First, pronunciation. How does it sound? Let's click on it.
Dress.
Okay, dress.
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 Dress. All right. We know the pronunciation. Dress. Dress. Oh, this is British pronunciation.
Dress.
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 Dress. Okay. Now, let's look at the first definition. You see, it's not as simple as just one thing and, oh, that's what it means. There's a lot here. So let's try to explore it. The first one is a verb, and it's saying also that it's a transitive verb here below. Okay. To put clothes on, to furnish with clothing. To decorate or adorn, to garnish, to arrange a display in. To arrange troops in ranks, to apply medication, bandages, or other therapeutic materials to a wound, to arrange and groom the hair, as by styling, combing, or washing, to groom an animal, to curry. Okay, so we've got a lot here, and the first few have examples in gold here, the gold font. To decorate or adorn, dress a Christmas tree. Okay. I think they don't give examples of the first two because we know about the clothing meaning. Okay, so this is a verb about putting on clothes. Let me get dressed. Let me dress. Okay. Dressed the side dish with parsley. So it's not just putting clothes on a person. Get dressed. I'm dressing. It's not just that. It's also adding things in a decorative way, like a Christmas tree, like a plate. To dress a store window, to dress a side dish with parsley. That's that gross little green thing that comes on your food sometimes. And dress a Christmas tree. That one, it seems to me less common. I would usually say to decorate the Christmas tree. Just decorate the tree, but whatever. To arrange and groom the hair. Okay, to dress, less common. So what about, let's go down now to the intransitive. To put clothes on. To wear clothes of a certain kind or style. To wear formal clothes. To get into proper alignment with others. Okay. To wear clothes in a certain style. Dress casually. Dress formally. Intransitive means there's no object. To dress a Christmas tree, to dress a store window, to dress a plate, to dress him or her, that is a transitive verb because it has an object. There's a thing receiving the action of dressing. Whereas an intransitive verb, as in this one, would be just to do the action, or there being some action happening, and then we don't have to say what the object is. There's nothing receiving the action. We're just describing it a little bit. To dress in what way? Oh, casually, formally, fashionably, right? To dress for dinner. Dress for dinner. So we can add the occasion. Dress for the ceremony. Dress for dinner. Dress for the party. Okay. Noun, clothing or apparel. Okay. Now we could be talking about clothes in general there, or the type of clothes. If we say a dress, then we're talking about, well, that would be definition 3. A one-piece outer garment consisting of a skirt and bodice. So that's a dress. She is wearing a dress. Oh, she has a very beautiful dress on. Okay, so that's the thing. Clothing or apparel, dress as a noun is less common than this one, I think. A style of clothing. Folk dancers in peasant dress. So peasant would be the adjective for dress. In formal dress, in casual dress, using it the same way. Okay, adjective, suitable for formal occasions. Dress shoes, a dress dinner. So how is it used? Okay. Now this one I have heard quite often. These are my dress shoes. These are my dress clothes. So this dress means formal. My dress uniform. That is not wearing a dress. That doesn't mean the uniform is a dress. That doesn't mean the shoes are for dresses only. It means these are the type of things that you would wear in a formal situation. So, dress. Now we get into phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs, okay. To dress down. To dress up. Interesting. To scold or reprimand. I was dressed down by the teacher for lateness. We can get a good idea of what dressed down means just from that first example. I was dressed down after maybe not putting away my toys correctly in my room. To wear formal clothes befitting the occasion or location. To wear informal clothes befitting an occasion or location. Okay. Many employees dress down on Fridays. I've heard that, maybe not as common as this one. Dressed down being scolded. I got dressed down by my parents. But this one, yeah, also fairly common. Many employees dress down. Business casual Friday. More relaxed clothing. I think I'm gonna dress down for dinner tonight. I don't feel like putting on a tuxedo. Oh, okay. You might get made fun of for not wearing dress clothes. I don't care. I'm gonna dress down. Okay, so now we have an idea about that one. Dress up. So that must be the opposite. To wear a costume or style of clothing, especially formal attire. They dressed up for the prom. The children dress up on Halloween. So that one I would say especially formal, but not only, because to dress up on Halloween, well, that's not formal, is it? When you see a kid wearing a Darth Vader costume, or a kid wearing a sheet over his head with 2 eyes cut out, you don't say, ooh, that kid is so formal, right? He's just a kid wearing a costume. So dress up is not just formal. Dress up is also to put on special clothes for some reason. And often we'll say to dress up as Darth Vader, to dress up as what would be one of the most popular ones. Who's Frozen lady? Annabelle? Oh, who is that? I'm drawing a blank on the Elsa. Elsa, to dress up as Elsa from Frozen. To improve the outward appearance, the new curtains dressed up the room. This one is definitely less common. To dress up something means to make it look better. Yeah, I've heard it, but not super common. Okay. Dress ship, to display signal flags and bunting on a ship. I've never heard that one before. Never heard that one. Not super common. Okay. So I think after just reading through these, you get a pretty good idea of what dress means. And you might have known dress already, but do you know it a little better now? Do you know it a little more than before? Do you have a deeper knowledge of it now because you know some of the usage? So I would say anytime you really want to understand a word, anytime you want to understand a phrase, don't just look up the initial definition. There's a lot more there. Dressing, dress, the different forms, the different meanings. You have to really explore it, and it's a good investment. You might say, oh, yeah, but that takes a lot longer. Well, yeah, it takes a lot longer. That's true. But you could say that just looking up the definition and reading that and being done is time wasted because you don't really know it. You don't really know how to use it. But if you've really spent some time to look at the examples, then yeah, it took a bit more time, but you've not wasted that time. You spent that time wisely, really learning this new word or phrase or whatever you decide to look up. So hopefully that is beneficial. If you have any questions about this, let me know. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also check out my full courses in the links in the description.